I genuinely did not think that this video would get a movie, but the like goal was reached, so here we are. Also, huge thanks to Tobi for collabing with me in this video. His part might even be the best part of the video. So if you enjoy his part, please consider subscribing to him. This is the movie, What If Deku Was a Zombie? If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. Also, join me and Tobi's Discord server in the description. Now with that said, sit back and enjoy. Damn, I come up with the randomest ideas at the randomest of times. Okay, so this video is gonna be a weird one, you could say. Like, I feel like Izuku is just gonna be a little bit weird since he's a fucking zombie. So let's begin the story off with like a 10-year-old Izuku just like being bullied by Bakugo, and Bakugo's explosion just somehow like is able to damage Izuku. And what I mean by that is like that Bakugo doesn't want to actually hurt Izuku, he just wants to intimidate him and like make fun of him, so he doesn't actually want to hurt him, but this time he did. And because of that explosion and it being actually like kinda strong, Izuku's like arm basically kind of got a bruise. But Izuku like realizes that he doesn't feel anything. He doesn't feel the pain at all, not even a little bit. And literally Izuku gets like a random flashback of like the past like 3 to 4 years where he just realized that he has not been able to feel pain since like ever. And he literally just realized that he most likely has a quirk and that it's like some kind of pain nullification. At least that's what Izuku thinks it is. And so Izuku goes back home to his mom, and he tells her that he just realized that he's had a quirk for like 4 years or something. And she like is confused because like how does he have a quirk for 4 years but he now realized that he has it. And Izuku explains to her that like 4 years ago when he started not feeling any kind of pain really, that most likely was his quirk, since he got like severely like attacked by or like damaged by Bakugo with his explosion and he felt nothing. And like Inko is like happy for Izuku, and she did like think it was like very weird that he like didn't feel pain even though he like got hurt a lot as a kid. So yeah, like this shit was weird, but this like she kind of had a little bit of an idea like, that it could be a quirk. But she was not certain, and they did not like go to the quirk doctor after the age of 6, because Izuku awakened his quirk at the age of 6. And just to like add a small plot point, Izuku doesn't have the thingy that shows that you have a quirk, so he thought he was quirkless for like 2 years, or like actually 6 years. Yeah, 6 years, okay. I thought it was like 8 years for some reason. But anyways, like Izuku like tests his quirk out and he realizes that he like the only thing that he can find out about his quirk is just that he doesn't get damaged, so like he does not have anything else really from what he can like find out by himself. And the best action for Izuku right now that he can think of is to just go to the gym to just train his body, since if his quirk is just like nullifying pain, the best thing that he can do is just become stronger so that he can like not control his quirk better, so that he can like use his quirk better would be a better word, I guess. And so we skip it to like an 11-year-old Izuku where he's like doing like training, and he realizes that he's gotten like stronger overnight almost. So like last night he was able to like do X amount of weights, and today he's like able to do like 30 to 40% more than yesterday, which is insane. And like he's fucking confused because he literally thought that his quirk was only pain nullification, because it wasn't like reduction or something. It was literally nullification. He got 0 pain, however hard he like got damaged, which literally means that he could train even harder since he didn't feel the pain of actually training. And so because of that boost, Izuku is at like 1% of like full Cowling Izuku right now in terms of strength. Speed, he's like 0.1%, I'd say. He's like way slower than 1% Izuku, obviously, full cowling. And over the next 2 years, he is able to realize all of his like quirked powers basically, or like the max potential of his quirk. So literally just a random day where Izuku is just going to the gym. Izuku is attacked by a villain, like in the broad daylight, okay? He's attacked by a villain with like a blade quirk, and Izuku's like hand gets cut off. Now Izuku doesn't react at all since he has gotten like used to not feeling pain, so he doesn't have that mental thingy that would make you still like think you have the pain. So yeah, like he's just immune to like all pain by now, like not even think about it. He doesn't know what pain is really, since everything got nullified since the age of like 6. And he picks up his hand to just like go home since he doesn't want to fight the dude, and he like just like holds it near his other arm where it got cut off, and it starts regenerating. And like when it starts regenerating, his like skin, or like the part of his skin on the broken arm or the cut off arm, like starts losing color, and like the arm basically regenerates by stitching itself on Izuku's arm, the like still attached arm on Izuku, and like that's how bro regenerates now. And the villain is like scared of Izuku because what the fuck, he just like automatically stitched his arms back together, and like bro tries to run, and Izuku just lets him be because like he doesn't want to be here. He just wants to go to the gym, and so he doesn't even realize that happened because he just wants to go to the gym, obviously. And Izuku, like after like a minute of like walking, he looks back at his arm, his like cut off arm, and he realizes that it fucking regenerated, and he's fucking shocked. What do you mean I just regenerated my arm? I mean, it's not really regeneration. It just stitched my arm back together, which is cool. Wait, what? I can regenerate? What the fuck do you mean I can regenerate? Am I fucking zombie or something? I have nullified pain, enhanced senses, super strength, and now regeneration? How many more quirks am I gonna get? And Izuku's like crashing out, kinda. He like is very confused, very impressed with himself, but kinda a little bit annoyed since he thought he already knew his quirk, but apparently he didn't. And so like he just doesn't even go to the gym. He literally just turns around and starts going towards his house, and he like goes up to his mom screaming, like yelling that he knows like he always gets more power somehow, he tells his mom. And she looks at his arm, like it being like more pale than usual and having stitches, and she's like concerned, asking about it. And Izuku tells her that he like someone like a villain like cut it off, and so he picked it up, put it near his arm, and then it just like fixed itself. And she's obviously concerned, like she should be, but like she's fucking confused, like Izuku is really. And now that Izuku like really thinks about it, the term that he used to explain his quirk is pretty fucking good. I mean, increased strength, increased senses, increased like regeneration, and like not increased regeneration, straight up like fucking healing if the body part is still there. If bro loses it, then he loses it. But like regeneration, and then pain nullification, which is fucking insane. And like before this, they just called it body amplification or something, or body enhancement. And now like Izuku has to change the name of his quirk once again, since he found out that there is another part of his quirk that he didn't even know about, and he decides to call it zombie. And yeah, I know it's like a little bit of a shitty name, but like who fucking cares? And so Izuku, for like the next year, he just straight up tries to like find out if he has more parts of like on his quirk, or like more parts of his quirk that he doesn't even know about. But like he comes up with nothing, okay? He literally finds nothing. And so he just decides to straight up like lock into the gym, okay? He gonna go to the gym 24/7 straight up, like except when he's at school, I guess, cause he doesn't like really get tired. He doesn't need to eat or drink since he's basically like dead, really. He doesn't get tired, as I said. Like he's way stronger, cause he's not fucking alive, okay? He's gonna be way stronger because there is not really a limit to his strength now, since he can get damaged obviously, but there is nothing really stopping him from growing in like infinite strength, really, since he's fucking dead somewhat, like I guess. And if you disagree with me, I don't know, just deal with it. I'm just gonna call it now. Izuku's gonna be OP as fuck because I said so. So like we skip now to a 14-year-old Izuku in class with the teacher coming in and telling them that he was gonna give them application papers, I guess. But he knows that they all want to become heroes, and everyone starts cheering, like using their quirks, except like Izuku. Because what the fuck is he gonna do? Like break the fucking table? No, obviously not. And Bakugo, he's not doing that because why would he? But then suddenly Bakugo stands up and telling everyone that he's gonna be the best hero. Like they're literally trash compared to him. And like Izuku like stands up, walks up to Bakugo, straight up bitch slaps the guy, and just goes back to his seat and just sits down basically. Bakugo is literally stunned because of that, what like Izuku did, okay? And he wants to fucking kill Izuku now, cause he's not gonna fucking disrespect Bakugo like that. At least that's what Izuku's thinking. Bakugo was thinking, sorry. And so like a little bit later, like after school ends, Izuku is walking under a bridge when suddenly the sludge villain appears from the sewers. And he says, "Give me your body, kid. I didn't know that freak was in town." And Izuku asks him, "What do you mean that freak?" And he doesn't even answer. Like the sludge villain doesn't even answer, and he just jumps on Izuku. Now the sludge villain tries like taking over Izuku, but like because bro is literally built different, he straight up cuts off his arm, okay, from his like own body, shoots it like 3 meters away, and then like the fucking arm starts like walking towards the sludge villain, jumping on him, I guess. Yeah, he jumps on the sludge villain, straight up fucking stabbing his eyes with like his fingers basically, because bro has like way higher strength than like most people really. And so the sludge villain starts like screaming, "What did you do to my eyes? How did you do that?" And Izuku says like, "If someone is a freak, then that's me." And that's when suddenly All Might appears from the sewers, like ready to fucking throw a Texas smash on the fucking sludge villain. But then he sees that Izuku already took care of him, and he's literally on the ground like grabbing his eyes, since bro is fucking blind now. And All Might asks Izuku, did you do this? And Izuku answers, "I mean, he was trying to kill me, so I had to defend myself." And All Might's literally like left completely stunned, since not a lot of people are so strong at like such a young age. And like All Might asks Izuku, "What did you even do to him?" And Izuku tells him, "Oh yeah, I just stabbed his eyes with my fingers." And like All Might's fucking confused. "What do you mean you stabbed his eyes with your fingers?" And Izuku like tells him, "Oh yeah, I just like cut off my hand and just walked on him, and then boom, he got stabbed in the eyes." Now Izuku asks All Might for an autograph, and since the sludge villain is literally fucking like dying in pain really, because his eyes just don't work anymore, like All Might doesn't have to do really anything, since the sludge villain can't move. And so like All Might gives Izuku an autograph, and then Izuku leaves, and the sludge villain just follows All Might because bro wants to get his eyes healed, or at least remove the pain, because bro is dying in pain right now. And so let's go over the 10 months of training that Izuku's gonna have before the UA entrance exam. Now basically all Izuku is going to be like doing is physical training, and just like training himself mentally as well, because why not? I mean, if he has like heightened like mental abilities, his like senses are gonna be way stronger proportionally to his like mental strength basically. So yeah, he's going to be training mentally as well as physically. And because Izuku literally can't really get hurt, you can I guess you can say that, but not really. He can get hurt, but he just doesn't fucking care, because he can just regenerate that, and he basically doesn't feel the pain at all. Bro is literally going out at like 12 a.m. or something, like midnight, and literally just going for a jog, okay? He literally fucking jogging in the middle of the night. And obviously Izuku has way more like of energy reserve, I guess, or an energy pool than like every human does basically. He's like a fucking superhuman, because he's, I would say, considered like a dead person by now. He does not abide by the rules of the human body. And so 10 months later of Izuku like training 24/7 and obviously going to school as well, it's the day of the UA entrance exam with him being overconfident in his abilities. He thinks he's gonna get like a perfect score, bro, like straight up, he thinks he is the best. And so he goes to UA, he takes the written portion of the exam, he gets like a 70%. And then after like a little while of waiting, he like is told to go to that exact room where President Mike is going to be explaining how the practical portion of the exam is gonna go, and that they need to like destroy robots. Like there are there are the 1 pointers, the 2 pointers, and 3 pointers that you can defeat to get points, and there is also a 0 pointer that might appear, and if it does appear, you should probably not even try attacking it since you're not gonna get any points. And so Izuku goes to the area where he's going to be doing the test, and suddenly President Mike screams, "There are no countdowns in a riddle battle, go go go!" And so everyone runs into the area, like they start doing the test. Okay, shut up. Yeah, and Izuku decides to do some weird shit. Okay, he splits his body into like 3 parts. Okay, his hands are separated and his like main body is separated, so he's able to kick and use both of his hands to like as extra like tools or something. And so he goes up to robots, he like moves one of his hands like on top of the robots, literally like stabbing them, and with his other hand, like they both like rip the robots apart because Izuku has like super strength by now, and literally like rips them in half. Okay, now with his other part of his body, like the torso and the legs and the hair, obviously he can like go separate from his both hands since he has the mental ability to control all 3 of his separated parts. And so he does that with his hands, and with his other part of his body he like headbutts like robots because he's like durable as fuck by now, and he also like kicks because he has legs. And so Izuku like gets some like good amount of points. He gets like 70 points, a little bit less than Bakugo, which means he does not get number 1, even though he theoretically could have. Okay, and like after like 2 minutes before the exam like ends or finishes, they hear loud noises, like loud like vibrations, and Izuku looks back like everyone does, and he sees a giant robot coming towards their direction, and like he looks in front of him and he sees a girl trapped under some rubble. Okay, he wants to help, but if he does, then he's not gonna have enough time to save her and himself, so he decides to just go. He literally leaves her and just starts running the other direction just like everyone did, and he knows that it's a bit selfish and not that heroic, but sometimes you have to sacrifice some people, he thinks. But yeah, like right before Uraraka is about to get squished by the robot, Nezu clicks a button and the 0 pointer is like completely deactivated, staying like exactly how it was right before it was about to like hit Uraraka, obviously, or like step on her. And just because of that, like Izuku not helping out or like saving Uraraka, he gets 70 points exactly, with Bakugo getting 76 points, which means the first place goes to Bakugo and second place goes to Izuku. Now after that, Izuku goes home very happy, thinking that he did it pretty well, and him literally knowing that he definitely passed the test. Now there is like a week in between like the first day of UA and the entrance exam, let's say, and within this 1 week, Izuku continues to just train, going to the gym and just like eating good food, etc, etc, just literally having a good life and actually training. Now within this 1 week, Izuku doesn't really get any big power boosts, I guess, or like any significant power boosts, and so after that 1 week, Izuku goes to school. Now it's the first day, and he walks through the door, and like he does comment like, wow, there are giant motherfuckers in here. And when he walks in, he sees Bakugo and Ida like fighting. Now because Izuku just doesn't care and doesn't really give a fuck, he just goes down and he goes into the classroom, obviously, ignoring both of them, and he just sits down. And that's when Aizawa walks in, and he tells them to literally just put on their gym uniforms and meet him outside. Now they all proceed to do that, and that's where they are in the locker rooms, and Minere is about to peep through the hole to the girls' locker room like he does in the original. And that's when Izuku literally just chops off his fucking own arm with some blood literally dripping out, obviously. And everyone is literally like horrified. Like they're screaming at him, why would he chop off his own arm? And he literally started bleeding instantly, okay? And so he tells him like that it's gonna be fine, and then literally he, I guess he tenses I forgot the fucking word. He tenses the muscles like on his wrist, I guess, or like close to the wrist, and literally just stops the bleeding almost completely. And he just lets like his arm or like his palm, I guess, or his hand, I guess, just walk up to fucking Mineta, walk up the fucking wall, and literally just stab his own finger into the hole so that Mineta can't watch through it. And as I said, everyone's like confused and shocked and flabbergasted, and all the words that you can substitute confused and flabbergasted for, I guess. And Mineta starts screaming, let me watch through the hole, please, Izuku, please, just let me this one time. And obviously still Jiro is listening through that, and Izuku just continues, tells him, fuck no, leave now. And literally they go outside, and the ball is thrown towards Bakugo, and Bakugo throws the ball, and he gets a pretty fucking decent score, like 800 meters, let's say. And that's when like Kirishima and some others like comment that it's gonna be fun. And Aizawa tells them, you think it's gonna be fun, huh? Well, whoever gets last is gonna be expelled. And literally everyone is shitting their pants, except like some select ones who know literally that they're pretty fucking good, since they did get a decent score and or they are from the recommendation exam. So yeah, they continue to do the training thingies that they do, of which Izuku like proceeds to literally demolish most of them. Like for the ball throw, Izuku has multiple ways of fucking doing this, okay? Either literally just supercharging his own fucking arm, I guess, or like his whole body, literally pushing it into its limits. Since he still has regeneration, even though it's not the exact same one as you'd think you would need for this. Like he still can regenerate like normally, and it is very much enhanced than everyone else's, but his main regeneration is literally just like repairing or like regenerating a cut off limb, basically. So the main thing that he can do is either just throw it and like enhance himself by just tensing or like pushing his muscles to the fucking limits, of which he would get like what 500 meters with that. And the other way he could do this is by just detaching his arm or his hand, just taking the ball and just running with it, bro, straight up, literally running with it. And the thing is, he asks Aizawa which one he should do, and Aizawa tells him, well, I don't know, and like he does the latter, or like I don't fucking know. He does the fucking the one with his hand, just like taking the ball, and literally takes him like over 10 minutes until Izuku's like range would literally get cut off, and like the hand would just stop moving. And with that, he gets like, what's the range of his hand? Let's say like, what, 5 kilometers? Yeah, let's say 5 kilometers. And so he literally just walks forward like 10 to 20 meters, and then he reconnects with his arm, and then he just like walks with the ball backwards another like, I don't know how much I said, like 10 minutes almost. And also all his limbs are like basically super strong, since he does have super strength and shit. Wait, I said he had super strength. Fuck, I forgot. Yeah, I just wanted to do the fucking hand, taking off his hand and just walking with it, since it would be just more funny, wouldn't it? But if he did use his strength, he would have gotten like 700. So like less than Bakugo did in this timeline. And also, this was like pretty beneficial for Izuku, since he was able to like find the new information about his quirk, and that like the limbs, or at least his hand, had a 5 kilometer like range to it, where it could be detached, or like detached and like still be controlled. Now every single one of his classmates is like impressed, or like, what the fuck is another word for impressed? Yeah, I don't know. They're impressed about like Izuku's, or like they're impressed of Izuku's quirk, and like they're kind of like disgusted a little bit by it, since he has to literally chop his hand off to do that basically. And like they don't know that he can't feel pain yet, except like Bakugo. Bakugo does know that, but everyone else doesn't, and so they think like, he literally just endures the fucking pain. Of which that actually helps Izuku's image like towards his classmates. Because they think literally bro is just built different to the point where he like literally doesn't care about pain. Like he's such a heroic hero that he doesn't care about pain. Of which, yeah, I guess, but like the thing is he doesn't feel it. That's why he doesn't care about it. And so yeah, Izuku is pretty happy about him having gotten a great score and actually making kind of friends in the meanwhile. And like Izuku's actual like his best friend slowly starts becoming Hiroshima just because of his like straightforwardness and his like drive to get stronger and actually train a lot, which also makes Izuku want to train even harder to like surpass his limits. Now let's just skip to the 2v2 battles where they're all in class just sitting and just like chilling and shit, and that's when they hear a loud like laugh and they hear like loud footsteps as well, and that's when All Might comes through the door saying, "I am here, walking through the door like a normal person," and everyone's fucking hyped, everyone's screaming, not using their quirks, cause like why would they? And so All Might like walks in, he tells them that the clothes make the bros, and he presses a button on a comically stupid looking control, and then all their hero suits pop out of the wall. Now because I really like the fucking thumbnail, I'm just gonna make it so that Izuku gets his like vigilante Deku I guess costume like at the start, because I just like how it looks. And it really like fits the vibe of like a zombie pretty fucking well. So now they all get onto the training area where they'll be having the 2v2 battles, and someone comments, I don't know who would, but someone comments that the training area that they're in right now seems very similar to the entrance exam area, and All Might tells them that like the entrance exam area was modeled after this one. POV me adding unnecessary information to the story just to make it a bit longer. But anyways, so now they pick lots of who is gonna fight who in the 2v2 battles, and Izuku is paired up with Mineta, and Bakugo is paired up with Ida. So it's Izuku and Mineta versus Bakugo and Ida. Now why did they choose Mineta to be Izuku's partner? You're going to see exactly why. Now Izuku and Mineta are the heroes this time. And Bakugo and Ida are the villains. Now because Bakugo, I don't how is Bakugo like stance against or like towards Izuku? I would say they're like pretty similar to how they are in the original, but this time because Izuku just like has no pain and shit, he just stands up more to Bakugo, which makes them have more of an equal standing, of which Bakugo still hates him, but not at the level that he did in the original, because Bakugo knows that Izuku has a quirk, and he's been knowing that since like 4 years ago plus. No, it's like almost five years ago, yeah? So I still think that when Izuku and Mineta walk through the building, go like they're on the first floor of it, Bakugo would still rush towards Izuku because he thinks that's literally the best way to handle the situation, and he tells Ida to just stay there and be the backup like that defends the bomb. Now Ida argues back that like Bakugo should just stay with him to defend the bomb like together, because like a 2v2 would be easier than a 1v2. But Bakugo does not listen at all, and he literally just like leaves the fucking room and starts dashing with his explosions towards Izuku's direction. Now Izuku hears that Bakugo is coming towards them, and he tells Mineta to pop out some balls for him. Now Mineta does that, and he holds them for like a little while until Izuku just literally slams his fucking fists on the like corner of a wall to literally just chop them off. Okay, he chops both of his own hands off, and he tells Mineta to like stick his balls on top of his hands, and so he does, with Mineta being a bit disgusted and like scared of Izuku now because he just fucking chopped off his own hands. And so like his hands like literally sneak behind Bakugo, and Izuku just like uses his kicks or like his legs to continuously like kick Bakugo, with Mineta helping Izuku by just like throwing balls just completely fucking randomly because he's fucking scared right now. And some of them do hit Bakugo, but it's mostly on his clothes and not anywhere close to the wall or anywhere else for the balls to stick to. So they're just a bit annoying, of which Bakugo can just like handle them for now. But after a little while, there are like too many balls there, and Bakugo is eventually captured, with him having been kicked multiple fucking times by a zombie Izuku, and him having been trapped by Mineta's balls. Now after Mineta literally threw all those balls, he's fucking bleeding, and Izuku just tells All Might that he should go like come here and get him, because boy's gonna fucking die, and that he's going to still finish this mission by himself. Now, since Izuku has like 5 kilometers of like range for him to use his hands, he's on the 3rd floor right now, or the 4th floor, let's say, and that's where the bomb is. He knocks on the door, okay? He literally knocks on the door, and Ida like opens the door thinking it might be like Bakugo or something. And he sees no one. He literally sees no one because it's only 2 fucking hands there. Now, those 2 hands literally just jump on him, literally on his back. Bro fucking falls with one hand pushing him, the other hand being on his back. The hand like that's on his back literally with the ball sticks to the floor, and now Ida cannot fucking move. And so does the second the second arm that was in front of him that pushed him, goes back like behind Ida and sticks to him as well. And now Ida is like completely stuck to the fucking ground, not being able to move at all. Okay, that was a little quick, but I don't know, just listen to it again. I am not re-recording that. And that's when Izuku literally walks up to Ida and tells him, you should not be messing with a zombie. I can move my body however the fuck I want since I am almost dead. Or basically dead. And Ida sees like Izuku's arms being like bleeding, still bleeding. Even though he can't like close the wounds like very much or like a lot, he still starts bleeding, and literally because of the blood and Izuku's arms literally being on Ida's back, he literally gets knocked out, with both of them being captured and the bomb being touched by Izuku, and the hero team wins. Unexpected plot twist. I am passing it on to Tobi right now for him to do the USJ arc, and after him I will be coming right back to do the rest of the video. So yeah, I'm passing it on to Tobi.
Yo, thank you Justo for letting me tag in for now. And where were we? Oh yeah, we were just about to finish the 2v2s. So things go as normal. Everybody passes their test, and the ones who didn't, they didn't. Of course, freaking Todoroki just freezes the entire building, which obviously gave him the win. And after everyone gets sent to the infirmary, people weren't as badly injured as in the original. So after everybody leaves the infirmary and eventually goes home, Bakugo isn't gonna be as butthurt as in the original, or since he's not gonna be crying about it this time. Like, he respects Deku in some sort of way. So he just sees this as a rivalry or a way to push himself forward. After that, we speed forward towards the USJ. Everybody's boarding the bus, and of course, Ida's being his strict self. And he sees Izuku, and Izuku gives him the dead look. And Ida just goes, ugh, this guy looks so creepy. Sometimes he looks like he's not even breathing. Well, Midoriya, what are you waiting for? Board the bus. Everybody do the same. Follow after Midoriya or go in alphabetical order. I don't care. Screw the rules, I guess. Someone in the back of the class says, hey, he swore! Teacher, Ida said a bad word. Just get in the damn bus. I don't much care which way you enter. Today we're gonna have 3 teachers teaching you. Me, the Space Hero 13, and of course All Might. Please be on your best behavior. After he said that and everybody boarded the bus, everybody started to ask themselves on the ride, who was the one with the strongest quirk? A lot of names were bounced around, like Todoroki, Bakugo, even Kaminari somehow. but Tsuyu picked the sleeper pick.
Hey guys, what about Midoriya, really? I mean, he's kinda strong and he's fast, and he doesn't tire as fast. Not to mention he doesn't feel pain. In a fight, I think he might outlast every single one of us. Really?
Hey, I got picked. Yeah, I'll probably can take a lot of you guys, including Bakugo. I could outlast him easily. And not to mention, I got a pretty good regeneration ability. While you guys get critically injured, I would just get a scratch. The hell you said, zombie? So what, you can do more cardio than the rest of us. You lack any real power. So what, you went down sad last time we fought, if I remember correctly. You wanna fight, Deku? How about I put you in the grave for real? And how about I expel all of you, huh? Well, anyways, we're here. Please don't give me a headache about it. Get down, quick. After Aizawa said that, all the kids started getting down and they go into the USJ, and 13 gives her absolutely diabolical speech, which is just boring, explaining how the test that they took previously was to, well, gauge their power and what they can do, and some of them are kind of dangerous. I mean, with Bakugo literally having the terrorism quirk. Can I say that? I'm pretty sure I can. Well, 13 goes about explaining how the USJ was made for, well, helping heroes train the, well, rescue part of their portfolio. So they're all chilling there. They're all listening to 13 when, well, a portal forms in the middle of the plaza, which a lot of like shady looking people just start crawling out, and including a guy that looked like he was emaciated and was scratching. He looked like a tweaker. A guy made out of smoke, and a big bird guy with an exposed brain. As soon as they all started, well, surrounding the plaza, everybody was looking down at them, and Kirishima just went, "Hey, I didn't know you guys were hiring fake villains." Aizawa and even Deku, since Deku sort of has like an instinct for this kind of thing, Deku says this is not a drill, and Aizawa says this is not these aren't fake villains. As he said that, he jumped right into the fray, and he told 13 that she needed to take care of the kids, and Deku wanted to go down there to help him, but 13 stopped him, like in canon. She huddled the group together to keep them safe. 13 then ordered all the kids to head outside quickly, and that she will protect them. But before they could get outside, a cloud of smoke or mist forms in front of them. The mist then gains a face, and it says,
"Excuse our intrusion, but we were tipped off that the symbol of peace would show up today here. It seems we were lied to."
13 then shouts at the kids to stay behind her. She does whatever she can to protect the kids, but of course, some of them are a bit too, well, let's say, eager to fight evil. So Deku, Bakugo, and Kirishima rush at the villain, but they all get teleported. After this happens, 13 shouts, "What did you do to the kids?" 13 then starts using her quirk on Kurogiri. Kurogiri is almost not able to resist, but then he says this.
"Your quirk is truly dangerous. It absorbs anything and turns it to dust. But you're a rescue hero. You should be more aware of your surroundings."
After saying that, Kurogiri opens a portal in front and behind her, making her shred her own back using her own quirk. Kurogiri then scatters the rest of the kids, but some of them dodge, noticeably Ida and Araka. Ida then, since he's the fastest, goes to ask for help on the outside. But now let's put our attention towards our boy Izuku. Tsuyu and Mineta end up being teleported to a aquatic environment or disaster, and well, there's already bodies floating in the surface of the water. Mineta can't really swim that well, and Tsuyu is just swimming around with Mineta trying to see what's going on. And they see that Izuku is swimming and fighting people in the water. And the man is relentless. He doesn't even go up for air because he doesn't need to. He's technically, clinically dead, so he does not need to breathe. Even some people with aquatic quirks are like losing their breaths down there since they're like having to run from him. Well, technically they have to swim away from him. So you, after seeing this, seeing someone that doesn't even have an aquatic quirk and putting this much work in is honestly insane. Well, anyway, after Tsuyu witnesses this premium butt whooping, she approaches Deku and tells her that they should find dry land so they can go help the others. Deku agrees, but there's only a boat in the middle of this water, and they are currently being surrounded by villains, so that's their best bet for now. When the team makes it to the boat, Mineta starts freaking out. He didn't want to become a hero just to die in his first field trip.
Oh man, I'm freaking out! Midoriya, we're cool, right? You can get me out of here, man. I am freaking out, please. We're homies, right? Please get me out of here.
Jesus, man, have some pride. We need to find a way to swim out of here. And quick. Look, they already started surrounding the boat. Come on, think. I got it. Mineta, give me your balls.
What? Did you say something, Midoriya?
How many balls can you produce currently?
I don't know, around 50 or something?
That should be enough. Okay, here's the plan. Mineta, you stick yourself to my back. So you stick yourself to my front, I don't know, wherever you like. Mineta, you'll be supporting suppressive fire. I'm gonna swim as fast as I can.
You think you're fast enough to do that, Midoriya? Not to question you, but I am pretty frank, and I don't believe you can.
Just watch me. I can do this.
Oh, please don't tell me I'm about to risk my life of some dude that is super overconfident. Yep, I'm cooked.
After Mineta said that, some of the water villains actually started to board the ship, and one of them went straight for him. But Izuku was able to snap his arm off and actually punch him at a distance.
Man, that was creepy, but thank you, Midoriya.
Yeah, whatever, just hand me my arm back. Alright, everyone, execute the plan. After the plan was done, Izuku looked like he was a Megazord. Zoe was in front of his chest, and Mineta was on his back. Okay, once I'm in the water, Mineta, you'll be up and you'll be able to breathe. I want you to throw balls. This will give us time and will actually serve as obstacles.
Midoriya, how is that going to help?
Ever played Mario Kart?
Actually, you kind of have a point there.
Okay, guys, you ready?
Well, as ready as you can be in these types of situations, Ribbit.
I think I still have some questions. I don't think I truly believe in the Mario Kart. Izuku jumps off the boat, cutting off Mineta's speech halfway, and he takes a deep breath in right before he touches the water. Why? Well, right now, Izuku is, well, as you may have noticed, almost clinically dead. He has no heartbeat, he has no, normal metabolic functions. Well, that's because his quirk is the only thing keeping him alive. He thrives on death. But since he's dead, that means that his muscles don't have any oxygen in them. So what would happen if you gave him oxygen? What would happen if Deku suddenly started breathing? You would give him hysterical strength. Since he doesn't feel any sort of pain, he can take his muscles and his whole body to the next level. Plus, his body is already very, very durable, so it could handle extreme amount of beatings. But since his quirk is undeath or something to do with the undead, things that normally would heal people or would make normal people thrive, the living thrive, can hurt Izuku. This is a technique that he can only use every once in a while, sparingly, because breathing is sort of toxic for him, because it gives people life, it basically fuels people. It's sort of like, kind of like inhaling pepper spray, which is extremely uncomfortable. So there's a layer of complexity to this power, so he can only do it for like very, very limited amount of times. And yeah, back to the story. Enough exposition though. As soon as Izuku hits the water, he explodes with energy. He looks like a speedboat. And obviously the aquatic villains that could swim pretty fast started to give chase. But that's when the Mario Kart idea comes into play. Mineta started peppering everyone behind them, and since he could still breathe, since he was like sort of like on the surface of the water, Mineta at that point was the frickin' G, because he was a mountain tyrant at that point.
How you like me now, asswipes? I got a human, speedboat, and God on my side.
After that, Mineta just kept on peppering them, to the point that his scalp was bleeding, and all of the villains were sort of like apprehensive of to follow them because they couldn't swim properly with all the balls sticking to them. As soon as they make it out of hot waters, no pun intended, they get to the edge of the water and see a scene unfold that is just tragic. Their teacher is being manhandled by the Nomu. The three of them start arguing if they should go help him or if they should go get help. As they're arguing, Shigaraki notices them and he speeds up towards one of them, Asui. With his hands inches away from her face, he stops because he no longer feels his quirk.
Man, you really are cool, Aizawa. And a pain in the ass. Nomu, finish him off.
Now, Shigaraki didn't see the three kids in the water as any sort of threat, which was a mistake. Because as he's distracted right now, he didn't pay any mind towards the kids, and one of them said, "Hey!" It's at that moment where Izuku just proceeded to punch Shigaraki square in the face, breaking his nose, knocking some teeth out, and sent him flying. The Nomu was just about to break Aizawa's neck when he noticed Shigaraki just flying, so he left Aizawa and caught Shigaraki midair. Izuku was already on dry land when the Nomu landed with Shigaraki safely.
Who the hell do you think you are, kid?
See you, Mineta. Go get the teacher. I'll deal with these two. I mean, I'm not complaining because I won't fight, but like, what makes you think you can deal with those two? They totally rocked Aizawa. I'll find a way. Don't worry. Come on now, get out of here.
Nomu, kill this cocky brat.
Very poor choice of words. I'm already dead. And I'm taking you with me. After saying that, Izuku rushed towards Shigaraki and the Nomu, clashing with him, releasing a massive shockwave. The clash immediately broke all the bones in Izuku's arm, which surprised him. That means that this guy hits like a truck, no harder. Izuku then dodges another attack. As he ducks under the Nomu's arm, he takes a deep breath to activate his technique. This time he did it with a little bit more strength and more burn towards his lungs, since, he has overdone this technique for the day, but he just wants to go for it. He's just doing this for the love of the game. And also so All Might has time to get here. Izuku's reflexes are much sharper than the Nomu's, and he's a little bit more faster than him, which allows him to duck underneath his giant frame and deliver punches somewhere else. For example, he was able to duck a punch, which this white arc, he had access towards the Nomu's liver, so he just punched it as hard as he could. This actually visibly hurt the Nomu, but it only winced for a second. At this, Izuku realized that this guy has some sort of durability or absorption quirk. So if Izuku wants to stall effectively to when the heroes get back on time, he has to lock in and play it safe or play it smart. But that's when Shigaraki rushed at him. Well, Izuku's not a bum, so he immediately kicks Shigaraki in the chest, which sends him flying a little bit and enrages the Nomu even more. Izuku flips away from a devastating attack, but he flicks towards Shigaraki's direction, so now it's a 2v1. Alright, you two bums, bring it on! After saying that, Izuku takes his arm off and launches it at Shigaraki, which actually hits him. And he also dodges a devastating punch from the Nomu. And since he's sort of like a contortionist, he contortions around the Nomu, and Shigaraki almost decayed the Nomu, and it was funny. He's just bouncing around, punching Shigaraki, basically bullying him and actually dodging Shigaraki effectively, or the Nomu effectively. He's having fun, but time is running out. He can't keep his technique of breathing for long after breathing just becomes toxic for him. The heroes need to hurry up, and it happens. Crap! The Nomu caught him lacking and actually sent him flying with a devastating punch towards the chest.
Guess we couldn't follow you into death after all. See you later.
Izuku was bloodied. His blood looked tarry black, but it was floating. It was heading back towards him. And he said, "I didn't hear no bell, bird brain." From the wall he was encrusted in, he started pulling himself away. Disgusting sickly pops and snaps were heard from where he was encrusted in the wall. This was because his bones were snapping back into place and knitting themselves back together.
This isn't fair. You were supposed to die. You're cheating. You got an extra life.
No extra life. Not one to begin with. After saying this, the Nomu and Izuku squared up for round 2. And All Might, where's All Might? That's a little bit of plot hole. Let's say that Ida was a little bit slow because he got injured. Yeah, let's go with that. Also, All Might's gonna show up in a bit, so. As the Nomu and Izuku are squaring up, Todoroki, Bakugo, and Kirishima show up.
Ah, great. More baby heroes. I'll deal with them. Nomu, kill him now.
Nomu lifts his fist up to destroy Izuku once and for all, and Izuku matches his energy, balling his fist and clashing with the Nomu. But this was just a feint. Izuku's arm was obviously obliterated, but the arc of the trajectory of the Nomu's fist would leave him vulnerable. So Izuku, with his free arm, punched him directly in his mouth, managing to pierce out through the back of his throat. This was a lucky break because Izuku figured if his outside was too tough, maybe the inside was softer, and that actually worked. The Nomu staggered and fell on its back. Alright, Tweaker, your turn. Shigaraki stopped fighting Todoroki and Bakugo and realized that
You really think that you took him down? Look behind you, idiot.
The Nomu stood up, with the back of its neck already healing itself. To say that Izuku was surprised is an understatement. True quirks? How? Izuku quickly rushed around trying to find his arm, but it was obliterated. There was nothing left of it. Izuku tried to maneuver around the Nomu, trying to take him down somehow, finding a weakness, maybe the brain or something. But with his arm being gone, he can't regenerate it. He can't regenerate the lost parts. The pieces have to be in him, with him. If not, he can't heal. Izuku used his last arm to try and punch through the neck again. Maybe This time punch through the face, through the head, kill him permanently. But his arm was caught. It's like he learned from the last time. The Nomu then crushed his arm and ripped it off its socket. Suka couldn't feel the pain, but he was thoroughly and utterly defeated. How can he win now? Come on, you damn nerd! You can't give up now! Midoriya, we'll give you assistance.
Oh, no, you're not. Kill him, Nomu.
The Nomu then grabbed him in a bear hug. Don't you dare die now, Deku! If you die, I'll kill you! Hold off this creep, Icy Hot! I'm coming, Deku!
Nomu, crush him now!
The Nomu started squeezing Izuku more and more, almost crushing every single bone in his body. Izuku couldn't escape. At least his death would be painless. Would he even die? I mean, he was already clinically dead. No, I won't stop kicking here. I won't! I will live! After saying that, Izuku bit down on the Nomu's arm. Hard, ripping flesh. Izuku started consuming the flesh of the Nomu, which turned him even more feral, gaining strength and muscle, actually making the Nomu try to struggle to crush him. But eventually, new arms popped up. Well, pseudo-arms, they were stumps now, but he was able to get himself free. But not after taking another chunk of the Nomu. As he consumed the flesh, his arms continued growing. After seeing this, Izuku's primitive mind understood. The more he ate from the Nomu, the more he would heal. And so, Izuku rushed towards the Nomu in a savage frenzy. But the Nomu was no slouch. He fought back, but something was different. Izuku was matching his strength. When Izuku enters his rage state, he is able to continuously fight until he's completely and utterly destroyed. He will continue to heal the more flesh he consumes, and he can match the strength of the opponents of flesh he has eaten. This is called Berserker Mode. Bakugo, what's going on with Midoriya? I do not know. That damn nerd has never shown this kind of power before.
Don't forget about me.
Bakugo then turned around and exploded this guy's face. Back off, creep. Izuku kept on losing limbs but regenerating the more he ate from the Nomu. The Nomu continuously healed, and so the cycle continued. But there was always something interesting. The Nomu kept on reaching for the brain. Doesn't matter if the Nomu punched through his chest, he still kept on trying to reach for the brain. The Nomu got wise and realized that the only part that Izuku that could pierce his flesh was his mouth. So, the Nomu tried to break his jaw. But Izuku in this state, he isn't completely brainless as well. So as the Nomu was trying to rip his jaws away from his skull, he started punching him in the face over and over and over until his hands turned to stumps of sharp bone. He kept on biting down on the Nomu's hands. The Nomu's hands kept on regenerating. It was a stalemate, equal power against equal power, until one gave way. Izuku's jaw flew off, but the Nomu wasn't unscathed. The Nomu was taking longer to regenerate its face. Even some body shots that Izuku had managed to take, they were taking longer to heal. Izuku actually managed to overwhelm Nomu's ability to regenerate. The Nomu staggered back and forth, looking over Izuku.
Hey, Nomu, kill the brat and help me already.
Bakugo couldn't believe what he was seeing. Deku was actually down for the count. He looked horrible. He really went down. Alright, scratchy face. I'll take you down in this bird brain. Icy Hot, back me up. We're doing this. We're winning.
Not a chance.
That guy there was made to fight All Might. You're totally and utterly boned. After he said that, a large boom was heard. That was the doors of the USJ being flung open. And there he stood, All Might, not smiling.
Students, have no fear, because I am here.
In the normal timeline, All Might was pissed, but in this timeline, one of his students was brutally gored. He didn't even humor Shigaraki with a monologue. Every single villain that was still astray everywhere in the USJ were systematically put down. I mean, I don't mean as in literally put down as in killed, but like, you get what I mean. And then he came back in front of Shigaraki.
All Might, let us help you. We can help you bring this guy down. Thank you, young Bakugo, for your help. But you've done enough. Take Midoriya and the rest of your classmates out of the USJ. Get them help. Keep them safe.
Nomu, kill All Might now! The Nomu rushed towards All Might, fist drawn. But that's when Izuku launched towards the Nomu, but he was in no shape to fight, and so he was slapped aside by the Nomu.
Young Midoriya! Why is he still fighting?
To keep Midoriya safe, All Might figured that he had to take out the Nomu in quick. So he told Bakugo to deal with Shigaraki and keep Midoriya safe, which proves to be a bit hard since Midoriya is just going berserk.
Hey Deku, calm down, I'm trying to save you!
Oh, come on, chillax, man. You have front row seats to the death of the symbol of hope.
Shut it, Krusty! I see how I deal with them. Come on, I gotta get Midoriya under control. What you call me? I can't even understand you. You're missing a lower jaw, dumbass.
After Bakugo says that, Izuku just sort of punches Bakugo away, and he runs towards the fight with Shigaraki and Todoroki.
Bakugo, I thought you were gonna keep him in check. Either way, I'll leave you with him. I need to help All Might deal with the Hans villain. Wait, Icy Hot! Whatever. Hey, Deku, I need you to listen to me. I know you're a little slow right now, but stay put. Yeah, sure, dude. Yeah.
After that was said, Bakugo and Shigaraki started fighting, but Izuku wouldn't stay put. Not for a little bit. And it also gets to a point where both of the fights, All Might versus the Nomu and Bakugo and Zombie Deku versus Shigaraki, the fights just intermingle, and All Might has to hold back when Bakugo and Shigaraki are fighting, because, I mean, All Might is bloodlusted because, the villains just blatantly entered, UA and threatened the lives of his students. And also, it's not like All Might is not putting in the work. He is absolutely mollywopping the Nomu, giving him injuries that actually stick since Izuku kind of tanked his regeneration. But that was the previous fight that he's still feeling it. And All Might is sort of quote-unquote fresh in the battle. Kurogiri does interfere in the fight, but since like the events are so scrambled and so chaotic, and whenever Izuku just sees a villain, he looks like a dog that just saw a butterfly or a squirrel. He just runs towards them and tries to attack them. But it comes to the point where All Might has to show his students how it's done. And he delivers a smash so powerful that it sent the Nomu packing.
Smash!
Well, after that, since the plan didn't go as planned for the villains and All Might wasn't that injured from this fight, he still had a little bit of juice in the tank. So he looked at the villains and he was this time he didn't have to bluster. He was going to take them down.
Kurogiri, get us out of here.
Right before Kurogiri could do anything, Izuku launched at him. Bakugo had lost sight of Izuku for 1 second, and Izuku was already out and launching towards the villain. Kurogiri wasted no time and opened the portal in front of Deku, and a hand came out. Shigaraki's hand. Shigaraki touched Izuku straight in his chest with all 5 of his fingers. Izuku felt a jolt of pain. Pain that brought him back to consciousness. The stench of death filled everyone's nostrils, including Shigaraki. Not because Izuku was dying or falling apart, but because he was being regenerated. The energy of decay, of death that Shigaraki has is fueling Izuku instead of decaying him to dust. A weird sort of synchronicity with each other's quirks happen here. Izuku's jaw regenerates and he didn't even have to put the old one in its place. That's incredible. Shigaraki supercharged his powers just for a second. And after that, gunshots were heard. Shigaraki fell back from the pain and started crawling. Only from the shock of seeing one of his students almost be decayed, even though it didn't even decay him, he didn't notice the portal that had formed underneath Shigaraki. All Might sped towards Shigaraki, trying to capture him, but he couldn't.
Damn it all! Hey, All Might, you did your best.
You all did more than I did. All of you deserve recognition for this. All of you inspired me. Every single one of you. You all will be great heroes. All of you did a fantastic job here, in my stead. I would like to apologize to all of you. No, All Might, you did great. Whoa, young Midori, are you alright? I think he lost consciousness. I mean, he's cold, like a body. That's normal for him, Icy Han. I mean, young Midoriya did insert himself a lot. He gave it his all today, which is commendable. How about we all head out? You all need medical attention. All Might, are you alright? Yes. It's just a little bit of phlegm stuck in the back of my throat. And when no one is watching, All Might wipes the blood from his hands with a handkerchief. While they're outside, the paramedics are checking up on the kids. Some have minor injuries, and one of them has a really bad injury. And one dead. Wait, one dead? Who's dead? I'm pretty sure I saved everyone. Alright, head count. Where's Midoriya? Someone get me out of here! Where am I? What? Why is it so dark in here? Izuku, being confused for a corpse, was put in a body bag. Dumb nerd. Serves you right for the earlier remarks. Well, after everyone goes back home, they get a couple of weeks off from school. Some train, some recover, and some just chill. But not Izuku. Well, partly. He was chilling at home, but also training his new ability. He discovered that it basically works off intent, berserker mode. If he feels like protecting something, he will protect it. If he feels like he wants to absolutely demolish someone, he will proceed and stop at nothing until he demolishes that said person. He also discovers that eating flesh from humans, well, it activates his berserker mode as well. But good luck if he eats a part of himself, like a finger or something like that, it will activate it as well. It's sort of a dampened version of it though. And a big plus is since he ate his own finger, it will regenerate almost instantly. But enough about his weird training methods. Let's go on to class. Yep, school. So everyone is chilling in class, waiting for the substitute teacher. And they're asking themselves, hey man, who do you think is going to be the new substitute teacher for Aizawa? I mean, I don't know, but it would be cool if we had someone cool. and manly.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but midnight sounds great.
I mean, what if we get All Might? That would be pretty cool. Shut it, nerd. Nobody wants your opinion. Alright, everyone, be quiet. Who's that mummy? Why does he sound like Aizawa? Ain't no way Aizawa is teaching this class. There is a way, and a hero's job is never done. That includes my teaching.
You look like a mummy.
Who said that? Mina! Mina, you get extra work today. Oh, come on.
You guys are a bunch of traitors.
Anyway, enough smiles and jokes. Even though you survived the USJ, the battle isn't over. You can't mean villains are gonna attack us again?
Oh, please, not anymore. I don't think my pants can take any more of this, man.
Wait, Mineta. Wow. That's not what I meant. What I meant is that the sports festival is around the corner. Teacher, isn't that, like, dangerous to have? You know, since all of this happened? Yeah, but if we show weakness, if we show that we can be spooked and scared, imagine how bold the next villain will be. We have to show strength and courage. And that is why you need to be ready. And I'm handing off the series back to Justo. I really had fun with this story. Thank you, Justo, for inviting me to the channel. And if you like my narration and storytelling style, you can check me out at Tobi and YouTube, or the links should be in the description. And yeah, time for Justo to do his favorite part of the story of My Hero Academia, the sports festival. I heard that the cavalry battle is his favorite part. Anyways, bye!
Okay, hello, I am back, I guess. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to sound, since, like, the last time I recorded, like, this video, and the last time I recorded, which was the Diabolic Deku video, I changed, like, settings from, like, the Diabolic Deku and the last time I recorded this, so it might be different, but, like, I'm gonna try and make it as similar as the last time, or, like, as good as it can sound, really. Okay, this should be kind of better, I feel like. It should be like way closer to the old recording, or part 1, I guess. Part 1 with the new part of the movie before Tobi took over, I mean. So yeah. The cavalry battle is literally the fucking worst part of the series, I would say. I really fucking despise it. So, fuck you, Tobi. Now, obviously, y'all know I kind of cuss a lot on my videos, so I'll try and like decrease that a lot, since I might get screwed over by YouTube as well when I do get like monetized and all. So I will proceed to lower the amounts of like cussing that's in my videos, but like there still will be cussing, because like when someone is screaming or yelling or is mad, they're obviously going to cuss, and when I go onto the into the character and I try like portraying the character, I kind of have to go and cuss a lot, or like quite a bit. So yeah, if you are like put off from like a little bit of cursing, or like when someone is mad and like they curse and shit, I don't know what to tell you, just like click off the video or like spit it up or something. But I will try to like decrease it a whole lot. So yeah, let's get on to the video again. Now, as Tobi said, we're at the UA Sports Festival, and obviously I despise the cavalry battle, so we're not gonna cover it, because I hate it, okay? I despise it. Yeah. Now, what would happen is basically they proceed to go to, or like, let's just keep onwards to the day of the UA Sports Festival, okay? Now, everyone is like in the locker rooms just like talking, of which like Mineta is trying to like glaze Izuku, okay? He's literally trying to glaze Izuku to help Mineta pass the exam. I was about to cuss again. I really have to stop this shit. Mineta is trying to glaze Izuku so that he can pass like not the exam, the festival, and get like a very high score, I guess, or a very high standing in the sports festival, so that he has more clout, basically. He's a cloud chaser is what I'm trying to say. Now, after like getting ready and shit, they go outside, obviously, and obviously everyone is called outside, and the US Sports Festival begins. Now, I'm pretty sure Zuko got the highest score. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. So yeah, Izuku obviously got the highest score, so he's gonna be the one who is called to the front by midnight to do the speech. And because Izuku is not really like a prick or something, and like he's not really a happy-go-lucky type of person, he's going to give like a basic speech of like, yeah, everyone do your best. I'm gonna try my best, so you should try your best, etc., etc. Of which it's basically something simple, almost monotone, you could say. So it would be like kind of closer to what like yes, something like very close to what Eraserhead or like Aizawa would say. And that's mostly because Izuku obviously needs sleep, but the thing is he can like stockpile how much energy is in his body. He, as I said, like as Tobi clarified, he is basically clinically dead. So he does not abide by the rules of the human body like at all. So basically he's able to like sleep for like 8 hours, and that gives him like multiple days or like let's say like a literal month of energy. And the thing is, he has like spent that energy already, and he only got like an hour of sleep, which means like he has way less energy right now. So he would be just like way more tired than usual, obviously, and he would not have that normal personality that he would have normally. He would be more like toned down, you could say. Okay, so let's just skip onwards to the first part of the sports festival, and that is basically the obstacle race. Yeah, I forgot. It's the obstacle race. Now, how does Izuku do in the obstacle race? He's obviously very, very fast and very, very strong, of which most of his speed is because of his strength, but like he's also fast, you could say. So how does the obstacle race go? Basically Izuku is gonna be like 5th place maybe, because Bakugo and Todoroki would still be faster than him, unless he used Berserk mode, the Berserk mode that Tobi gave to Izuku. Now, am I gonna let Izuku use that? Fuck no, because obviously that still does have drawbacks, and I don't want him to use a power that gives him that many drawbacks and at such a insignificant part of like a fight, or like, I guess it's not a fight, but like you know what I mean. So he would like run obviously very fast. He's one of the fastest, just not the fastest. I feel like he would be slower than Ida. Yeah, I forget his name. He would still be like slower than Ida, just because Ida is just pure speed, and Izuku's like speed is basically his strength. Which means that Izuku is gonna place like 5th, but he's going to like destroy a lot of fucking robots and whatever is like on his way very quickly, which actually would essentially just boost his ranking a little bit. He wouldn't get like the 4th place or whatever, but he would like get he would still be like closer to the 4th place than 5th place. I don't know what I just said. Can someone help me? Okay, so basically what I tried to say is that Izuku destroys robots, and so he would not be slowed down as much. That's basically it. I don't know why I continuously like do that. Like, why do I yap so freaking much? Why do I yap so freaking much? Like it's not healthy anymore. Okay, so the second part of the UA Sports Festival is obviously the cavalry battle, and as I told you already, I'm not covering it. I just don't know how to cover it, and I just don't like covering it. Sometimes it's fun, like with some Izukus, and if I actually script the video, sometimes it could be fun, but no, I don't want to do this. And fuck you, Tobi, for telling them such cap, okay? I hate the fucking cavalry battle. So yeah, after the cavalry battle is the 1v1 battles, okay? And Izuku is paired to fight, or like he's said to fight Shinso. Now, how does the fight against Shinso go? Now, they would go up to the arena, and Izuku would look at him like, bro, like just let's just get over with this. I just want to go back to sleep. And Shinso would have the same exact look as Izuku, like literally the exact same. And just for a comedic effect, they would have the exact same face, okay? It would just be like a fusion of both their faces, just for the funnies of it. For the what's of it? Just for the fun of it. So yeah, that was funny, yes, very funny. Now, how does the fight go exactly? So obviously, Izuku would talk back to Shinso since he does not know anything of his quirk, and that would allow Shinso to take over Izuku's brain, or body, or something, I don't know. He would take over Izuku's mind and control him, but that would almost instantly, like, break. Like, the mind control would almost instantly break just because of Izuku being clinically dead. Obviously he has a brain, and obviously he has a mind, but because of Izuku's body just not being like usual or like a normal person's, of which what I mean by that is basically no normal person with a quirk is dead, okay, like clinically dead. So it would just not really work on Izuku unless Shinso just locked the fuck in and trained for like a straight year, okay? He would have to like train for a literal year for him to get to the level of like controlling Izuku for like more than a minute. Just because of the difference from a like quirked person, quirked alive person you could say, and a like quirked dead person, if you get what I mean. So the difference between a normal person and Izuku is just too much for Shinso to control. How do I always do that? How do I always do that? It's like stupid at this point. Okay, so the fight between Bakugo and Uraraka, how does it go? Obviously, Bakugo would be stronger than usual. He would have gotten like an 800 or 900 score on the ball throw in the, what's it called? The quirk apprehension test. He would have been like what, 20% stronger than usual, just because of like Izuku's presence, like generally just being in the presence of Izuku. That would just motivate him to train even harder, if not that much. So he would like completely demolish Uraraka, and that wouldn't like, obviously that would make Izuku mad just because like Bakugo is just taking all his fucking anger towards Izuku on Uraraka, and he just doesn't like that. And so Izuku just decides to not do really anything about it right now, but he's going to just fight him at the finals or whenever they meet and just completely demolish him. Now Izuku's next fight is Izuku versus Todoroki. Now, this fight is gonna go like very like blandly. It's not gonna be anything unique at all. I might have to like start switching the fights, because it's kind of getting boring at this point. Yeah, Izuku is going to be fighting Todoroki, and what's gonna happen basically is Todoroki continuously starts shooting ice towards Izuku, with Izuku just genuinely not, like, he doesn't see it as like an actual attack. He literally just stabs him, and bro just literally just instantly regenerates, which means that like Todoroki isn't a real like, what is it called? He's not a real opponent or like any danger to Izuku. Which basically means Izuku is able to just walk up to Todoroki and completely demolish him with a straight punch to the stomach. Yeah. I don't know what I was trying to think while I was like slowly talking. I was trying to decide where he would get punched, but I guess yeah, the stomach. Bro gets punched in the stomach, and he literally is flown. Is that even a word? He flies to the fucking wall, literally hitting it and leaving a literal mark of like debris, or like when you do like Snow Angel. That's basically how it looks, literally the exact same. Now he leaves that mark, and Izuku just jumps before bro falls to the ground and catches him, because obviously he just did that to just finish him quickly. He does not want him to get more hurt than he needs to for Izuku to win, so like he obviously helped him out quite a bit. And so now Izuku would proceed to go to the final round, or pass on to the final round, of which the final round is very, very simple. What the fuck was that simple? Why can I pronounce words sometimes? It's Izuku versus Bakugo. And how this fight is going to go is that Izuku is going to absolutely beat on Bakugo. Bakugo is like going to have bones broken, okay? He's going to be beaten on just because of like Bakugo taking his own anger onto other people because of Izuku. And so Izuku just goes onto the stage or onto the arena, and so does Bakugo. And the moment President Mike tells them that the fight began or the fight begins, Izuku just dashes onto or towards Bakugo. Bakugo evades the attack and starts flying onto the air. Now obviously Izuku cannot really fly, but he can like propel himself to the same like level or height as Bakugo for a certain amount of time. Now he does that, he literally jumps and literally punches Bakugo, with Bakugo not having realized that Izuku could even do that. Cause like, why would he? He's never seen him do that, so why would he do it now? Or like not really do that, I guess. It just didn't come across like Bakugo's mind. And so, now what happens is that Bakugo falls down and he's literally stomped on by Izuku. Izuku literally continuously stomps on Bakugo's face, and he also breaks one of his ribs, okay? Just because I want him to. Now obviously Bakugo feels the pain and he's almost like wanting to scream, okay? But he like stops himself and then just like explodes Izuku's literal what is it called? Yeah, Izuku's leg. Bro literally explodes Izuku's leg. And Izuku has to like balance himself back again, of which what he does now is he literally eats his own finger, literally just rips it apart and literally eats it, of which that allows Izuku to regenerate his own arm, because obviously it doesn't exist anymore, like it got exploded. He can't really like attach it back again if it's completely like destroyed. So what he does is he's like enters berserk state, the berserk mode that he has, and he literally regenerates his own leg back again, and then starts to fucking beat on Bakugo even harder, even breaking his own even breaking his arm on the process, or in the process. Now after Izuku broke Bakugo's arm, President Mike like says that the fight's over and that Izuku won because of like how fucking beaten Bakugo was. And obviously Izuku gets number 1 place, Bakugo gets number 2, and let's say Todoroki gets number 3, because I don't know who would actually get number 3, like actually. Now let's say it's the next week, and I'm pretty sure it was Midnight and Mount Lady that comes through the door. And obviously they tell the class that they are supposed to pick their hero names. And so Bakugo picks the same name that he does originally, like Explosion, Murder, God, King, Dynamite, whatever. I'm not gonna search it up, I don't even remember it for real. And what I think Izuku's name should be, and actually thank you to Tobi for this, because I was not gonna fucking think of a name. His name is going to be Deadite, the undead hero, or the zombie hero, whatever you want to call him. I would say undead hero is kind of better, so just because it's like more unique, you could say. And everyone would pick their names, everyone would pick the same name as usual, except obviously Izuku, and they would go on. So basically now Aizawa gets in the classroom, he goes into the classroom and like gives them all certain papers that have names of heroes who would want to internship them. And Izuku sees pretty like a lot of like hero names, some high, some low, but not everyone would want Izuku, obviously. Like what's it called? Endeavor would not want to like internship Izuku, even though he was the number 1 student, or like the number 1 in the tournament, just because like he just doesn't wanna, he just like genuinely doesn't wanna. He wants to like nurture Todoroki to being the number 1 hero, and he does not like genuinely just doesn't care about Izuku. And so would like, or I guess Best Genius would still want Bakugo, and he probably wouldn't go for Izuku just because like Izuku and Best Genius just like don't, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't like really go well together, and some other top heroes wouldn't, but like there are a lot of heroes that would. Now obviously Izuku does not have what is it called? One for all. Yeah, he does not have one for all. So he wouldn't go with Gran Torino. So obviously he would have to go with someone else. And because I kind of need him, or like everyone kind of needs him, at the Host City incident, let's just say he goes with Manuel, because that's the only hero I remember, other than Endeavor and shit. And Endeavor did not want to like internship with Izuku. So yeah, Ida and Izuku like go obviously together to Host City or wherever the fuck Manuel is, and they just do some patrolling, they just introduce themselves, etc, etc. And like, let's just skip onwards to the day of like the Host City incident. So basically they'd be like patrolling the city, etc, etc, and that's when basically the Nomu start appearing with like the help of obviously Shigaraki and Kurogiri. Now they would proceed to fight Nomus with the help of Todoroki and Endeavor and some other heroes that were in the area, and that's when like Ida starts like sneaks out of there and goes to where he like knows or something. I don't like the same way that Ida like left and found the hero killer stain. That's just what's gonna happen in this timeline. Now obviously Izuku sees that and he tells Manuel that like Ida left, and he tells him that he's going to like go and help Ida. Now obviously Ida is pretty fucking fast, obviously, so Izuku has to go full speed to even become close to like catching up to him, which basically means that when Ida or like when Izuku catches up to Ida, the fight would have already begun. And the thing is, Stain would have already like stabbed Native, and he would have like actually fought Ida way earlier this timeline, which means he was just about to stab Ida and just like almost like, yeah, I guess injure his arm. Now when Izuku sees that, damn, that was a crazy voice crack. When Izuku sees that, now he just rushes towards Stain, literally like ripping his own arm from his or like his own hand from his arm, and literally shoving it up his like Stain's mouth, because like he did not fucking think of Izuku just like doing that. He obviously noticed Izuku, but he did not realize that he would have fucking done that. So basically what Izuku does is literally he obviously cuts off his arm and literally shoves it up Stain's, what's it called, Stain's mouth, okay? And his arm starts like tearing apart, or like fucking walking through Stain and literally punching him inside of his own fucking body. And bro, like it's like exploding, but like Izuku's arm just literally punching the inside of Stain's body, which is even more fucking disgusting and like traumatizing than being actually punched. So literally Stain is not able to like breathe at all, which means he literally gets knocked out, and there's no fucking way of him like waking up before like an hour or two at least. So what Izuku does now is he like regenerates obviously his arm, or like his hand to his arm, and then chops both his arms with the help of Ida, because like he can do one of his arms, and the other way that he could do it by himself, just like somehow hit his like arm to a wall or something, or just literally rip it apart via using his other arm, and he doesn't really want to do it right now. So obviously Ida is like forced to like rip one of Izuku's arms off of him, which is traumatizing for Ida, and he's going to be even more disgusted than he was from Izuku, or towards Izuku, I guess that, yeah, towards Izuku. So now what Izuku does is he literally picks up Ida with one of his arms, and picks up Native with his other. Now how he would do that, don't ask me, I do not know. But he somehow is able to like move them with both his arms like moving by themselves kind of, and he obviously brings some help gets native to the hospital and Ira to the hospital, and then continues to start helping heroes fight Nomus. Now, because Izuku is very, I guess you could say, familiar with the Nomus or something, he knows what he has to do, because like, he knows he's not the strongest, even though he has an insane strength quirk. Now, he literally jumps onto one, and he realizes that the strength of it is way less than the strength of the USJ Nomu. And so he just like doesn't even, he doesn't really have to use the Berserk state, because like he's already stronger than it. And so what he does now is just like continuously starts beating on the Nomus until he finds a Nomu that's like barely stronger than him, but it still is. And so he decides to use the Berserk mode or the Berserk state like at that moment. Now he does. Obviously his strength becomes way more, and he's able to like demolish the Nomu even faster, which basically means that like less people are going to be injured from the Hosu City incident. Now the thing is, after the Hosu City incident, they all go to school, and the thing is, everyone is like surrounding Ira basically, because his arm got like very injured. He can barely move it for now. And the thing is, though they're gonna be having their final term, or like their final exams of the first term, and like they're asking Ira how he's gonna do it and shit. And the thing is, Aizawa told them after they asked that the final exams are gonna be way after Ida's arm is going to be healed, and he's also going to be what's it called? Freaking punished for what he did, because like he was fucking reckless. And obviously the final exams come, and what happens is basically it's Izuku and Bakugo versus All Might, obviously, since like Izuku and Bakugo almost have the exact same like relationship that they had in the original, almost though, because like obviously Izuku is more like a Bakugo personality, or like more aggressive, I guess you could say, towards Bakugo whenever like Bakugo picks on him, obviously. Now the fight, like the final exam begins, and the thing is, Bakugo and Izuku obviously do not get along, and so Bakugo tries to do his own thing, Izuku tries to do his own thing. And the thing is, with both of them trying to do their own things, they kind of get in each other's way, but not really. They somehow are able to like teamwork this bitch out, with like Izuku literally cutting off both his arms and legs, literally being just a torso, almost a torso and a head, I guess, and all of his limbs just going to like fight All Might because he has like a lot of strength. Now the thing is, Bakugo starts exploding, and like the thing is, he why do I say the thing is so much? So Bakugo explodes so much, or makes so many explosions, that one of them like destroy one of Izuku's like arms, half of it. So what Izuku does is he calls back his arms and legs, or whatever is like left of them, and then reattaches to them. Okay. Now what he does is he eats himself like a finger or something, and then his whole body regenerates. After that, Izuku like goes up to All Might, okay, because the only way they can actually like reasonably win is by just going to the Berserk state, so that Izuku can become strong enough to actually fight All Might. And so what he does is he lunges onto All Might, literally All Might like shaking Izuku, so that Izuku like leaves, obviously. But his grip is so hard, or so much, that like All Might cannot get him off. And so Izuku like bites onto All Might, just enough to get like a little bit of skin or something, literally leaving a wound, but like not that deep, obviously. And basically Izuku is able to get the exact same strength and speed and whatever as All Might, because of the Berserk state that Tobi made. So now let's just say that All Might obviously loses to Izuku, just not as hard or like as bad as he would if like Izuku was way stronger than him, obviously. He would be the exact same strength as All Might and exact same stats, honestly. And he would just completely like demolish him just because of all the extra abilities that Izuku has on top of One for All, or like All Might's strength, I guess. So now let's just skip onwards to like 2 weeks later, let's say, that now they have the training camp, the summer training camp or whatever, or forest training camp. Yeah, that's better. They're on the bus going towards the camp, okay? And they just chill in the bus until Aizawa tells them to literally get off. And so they do. And when they do, they get kind of confused, and it's like, why aren't we at the camp already? Why did you tell us get off? Are we like having a stop or something, or a break? And Aizawa tells them, well, no, we are already where we had to be. And like everyone's like confused, obviously. And Aizawa like clarifies that y'all are gonna be having to go from here to the training camp. And everyone's like starts screaming and like, what the fuck do you mean? What do you mean we have to go there by ourselves? Why does the bus even exist then? And so that's when Pixie Bob appears with her like earth manipulation quirk. And so she uses that to like drop everyone off the cliff and starts controlling her like earth golems that she has. Now obviously Izuku has enough strength to demolish them instantly, okay, literally instantly. And when she realized that Izuku is just so strong, she like asks Aizawa, how the fuck is he not, how is he so strong? How the fuck is he so strong? And Aizawa just tells her that, I don't know, he's like undead or something. And she becomes even more like shocked and like amazed by Izuku. So now that's like 4 hours later, let's say. No, let's say 3 hours later, of which they just like finished the first trial, I guess, and they just arrived. Now they go and like do a bath in the hot springs. And this time Izuku is gonna stop Mineta before he even tries to climb the wall, because like Mineta obviously is a fucking cloud chaser, okay? He wants to be on Izuku's good side for forever just to get the upside, okay? Now Izuku, the moment he sees Mineta going towards the wall and like saying the fucking shit that he does, he just like walks up to him, bitch slaps him, okay, because he does that. And then he like pulls them back to the water. And this time obviously Izuku is not going to learn about Kora's like tragic past, you could say. Now afterwards they go and eat, and they have a pretty good meal, okay? Everyone's having fun. And that's when like Izuku notices that Kora just left and he hasn't eaten anything. And so he decides to follow him and give him food, because like everyone needs food, okay? Even if Izuku just doesn't need it, he still eats it because he wants to. Now, when he like arrives to where Kora is hiding at, he gives him the food, and like they start talking. And in the middle of them talking, Muscular appears from like the cliff or something. He literally jumps onto where Izuku and Kora are, and he starts laughing and like telling them that they're dead, basically. And because Izuku was such a problem at the USJ for Shigaraki, etc., he's on the list of like people they should like kill and shit, or like capture. So obviously Muscular knows about Izuku. Now when he realizes that it's Izuku, he gets happy because bro knows that Izuku has insane strength. And like they start fighting, obviously. Izuku is quite weaker, not by that much, but he still is weaker than Muscular. Now, obviously Izuku is losing somewhat, of which Muscular like proceeds to literally beat on Izuku until Izuku gets close enough his mouth to Muscular's muscles to literally just like take a bite out of them, dude. He literally takes a bite out of them and then gains the exact same strength that Muscular has right now, because he was able to get the strength of current Muscular, not the full power Muscular, you could say. Now he obviously becomes way stronger, and because like it's basically the same reasoning of like why Izuku would win, well, or like one against All Might, just because of like Izuku having all those powers on top of the same strength as Muscular. I feel like he would just win, like automatically. But let's just not say that, okay? So even when Izuku has the same amount of strength as like Muscular and has all those powers above or like more than Muscular, he still is losing, just because Muscular is able to like enhance his strength even more. So Izuku has to use his secret technique, you could say, and that is the, I don't remember what like exactly Tobi called it, but it's basically breathing. Just like when he breathes, he goes into overdrive, or like gets poisoned or something because he breathes, and he becomes way stronger. No, he proceeds to do that, and they keep on fighting for like a straight minute. And on the minute mark, he realizes there is like a huge toll to that power. Like, even though he literally knew that, he did not think of that like originally. And so he has to literally wrap it up very fucking quickly. And so he literally chops off one of his arms, like, of which Muscular does not realize that he did that because they're fighting so like intensely. And he's literally stabbed on the back by Izuku. And with all the force that he's been like showing Muscular, Izuku eventually wins. Okay, so after that, obviously Izuku like gets Kota out of there, and he brings him to Aizawa, let's say. Now he proceeds to go and like help everyone else that was in the forest, and they were fighting the other villains. Now Izuku's first victim is the villain Mustard, the guy who has like the gas quirk. Now, obviously Izuku finds his way to Kendo and Tetsutetsu, and he decides to obviously help them. Now obviously they do beat the guy in the anime, but let's just say that like they just did not realize as fast as they did originally that in the middle of the like gas bubble, you could say, or the gas area, it was Mustard basically. So they were more affected by the poison, which would make them like actually weaker than they would have been originally. So obviously Izuku arrives, and now that he sees that there's a like gas, okay, he does not like, obviously anything negative like Shigaraki's decay, overhaul. What would overhaul do? Like, I guess it would just do nothing, literally nothing. No healing, no nothing, because part of overhaul is like a deconstruction and a reconstruction. So like it would just do literally nothing probably to Izuku, from like the way that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, decay would heal him, overhaul would do nothing, and poison would heal him. And obviously healing quirks like recovery girls like quirk would not like do, or like they would do actually the opposite of what they do, of which they would basically damage Izuku. So yeah, as long as Izuku is in the like mustard gas or whatever area that Mustard has made, he is going to be completely fine, since he literally is regenerating constantly as long as he's breathing that in. And when Izuku realizes that, he realizes that he can also do something way more insane, because the thing is, Mustard is just like a kid with a quirk. He's nothing. He doesn't have anything like special about him. The only thing he actually had was his quirk and then a fucking gun for some reason. Now, Izuku proceeds to actually like want to try something out, since he knows that like his like hysterical thingy, or like him breathing oxygen. I don't remember what the fuck Tobi called it. Okay, so him breathing oxygen gives him a boost, a hysterical boost or whatever, and it literally boosts every single stat of his, but it also like is poison to him, since like he doesn't breathe oxygen. But now that oxygen has mixed with the poison gas, that literally means that the hysterical boost, or like the oxygen boost that he would get, would actually be even more amplified, just because like the negative effects of it were like nullified by the poison gas healing Izuku, and also like because he's consistently being healed now, he is getting actually like a small, if not that, like he's getting a boost on like his strength. he's getting a strength boost, is what I'm trying to say. But it's not gonna be that significant, so that doesn't really matter. Like, the main thing about the poison gas is that it heals him. So Izuku proceeds to like run to the middle of the typhoon or whatever, or like the area, yeah, on the origin of the area of which Mustard is located at. Now when Izuku like arrives, obviously he would proceed to be shot by Mustard with his fucking gun. Cause like, why not? Like, that's the only way he can actually attack other than his like poison ability. Now Izuku would proceed to get shot, and it would go straight through him. But like, the moment it literally leaves like his body instantly regenerates because of the poison gas. And so like, Izuku explains to him that like, you're done, lil bro. You're fucking done, lil bro. You're not winning. Your poison is literally healing me. Like constantly, every second, every millisecond, I'm constantly being healed just because of your poison gas. So you can do nothing about it. And bro is shitting his own pants, okay? Bro is shitting his pants, just because like he did not think UA students were that strong. Even though he knew about like Izuku, he did not think it would be like not affected by his poison, and that he would have like a way easier time like defeating Izuku than like him being fucking beaten, or like now. So Izuku proceeds to like just literally walk up to him, and because of his like brain going on overload, like thinking, why did this happen? How come his body does not like react to the poison like it should? Like his own, like his like abilities are like regeneration and super strength, he thinks. And the thing is, he's thinking of like why this went so wrong, so much that he literally gets knocked out of fear of Izuku. Now Izuku like thinks, well, that was easy, I guess. I didn't even have to do really anything. I just scared him, I guess. Now obviously Tetsu and Kendo would be way more healed, or like way less damage than in the original, just because they had to breathe way less poison. Or if not like less, they would have breathed in the same amount as in the original, not more at least. And now because of Izuku having like breathed so much poison and oxygen, his body has gotten an like temporary like 2 to 3 times strength boost and like overall stat boost, just because he dude, he got a historical strength boost and he was continuously being regenerated. That would stay for at least like 5 minutes, okay? Now he would proceed to go and fight some other villains. None of them actually like that, how the fuck did you say this? None of them are being like the main villains, is what I'm trying to say. Not Dabi, not Twice, or whatever. And he would actually go for Moonfish. Now, why the fuck would he go for Moonfish? Just listen to me, I just thought of that, okay? So basically, he would like go to Moonfish. Obviously, I do not remember who Moonfish fought. Hold up, let me give me like a second, real quick. Right there. Hold on, where the fuck is it? Honestly. Okay, Moonfish was Bakugo, Todoroki, and someone else against the Moonfish. Now, obviously, Izuku would proceed to meet Bakugo and Todoroki and whoever else was there, which I think was like the tentacle guy and then Togoyami. Of which, yeah, it doesn't really matter, but like, yeah, I think all of them were there, if I'm not wrong. So Izuku will proceed to like find all of them, and he sees like that Moonfish is using his quirk, and bro has like the tooth blade quirk, of which it's like annoyingly annoying. Like, why even? I don't know, it's like annoying, I just don't like it. And bro would proceed to get stabbed by Moonfish multiple of times. And Moonfish thinks that Izuku is literally dead because he got stabbed everywhere, literally everywhere. He got stabbed in the heart and the fucking brain, so there was no way that Izuku would survive that. But obviously, because of the boost that he has gotten, he was able to regenerate that shit because of the poison gas still kind of being in his body still. And like Izuku just telling him that, I mean, even if you did like destroy my heart or whatever, I could still function for multiple minutes, like normally. Since obviously he is just not alive anymore. He doesn't need a heart. He doesn't have a heart. He does not need it. Even though his body still, I guess it needs it, but not really needs it. Like, it's a part of his body, of which whenever he regenerates, it will still be there, but it's not needed in the same way as someone who's alive would need it. Now, all the other villains would be like restrained, except obviously Shigaraki and what's his name? Shigaraki and Kurogiri. Yeah. Shigaraki and Kurogiri. They would actually escape, with every other villain having been captured that was there. Now they're back in school, and they're doing like their ultimate move training and shit. And the thing is, Izuku cannot think of anything that would be like considered his like ultimate move, except like obviously the berserk state and the oxygen breathing power that Tobi gave him, because I don't remember the name. Yeah. And so obviously Izuku doesn't have to make another one, since he kind of has already two of them. And one of them he can like, it's like one of them is insanely broken, and when the other one is like a little bit less broken but still fucking broken. Now I would say the berserk state is like, I feel like stronger than the oxygen breathing one, because the oxygen breathing one like is a poison to Izuku, of which like the other one, like the berserk state, is just like a fucking instant boost to Izuku's stats, or like they just stay the same, because like Izuku can just eat the like flesh of anyone and just become the same exact stats as them, including his own power. So he would most likely win every like fight that he was in. So yeah, those two like powers would be considered like his ultimate moves, you could say, so Izuku does not have to make new ones. Now they would do the provisional hero license exam, and because obviously Toga was captured, she would not be there to like take the place of Kami, which means she actually doesn't like do the extra exams or whatever. And like the only people who go to the extra exams or whatever, however the fucking they're called, is the wind guy from the other school, Todoroki and Bakugo, and whoever else was in there except Kami, obviously. Now after everyone is like done with their like provisional license hero exams or whatever, they're just in school, okay? They are just in school, and Aizawa like gets them to the ultimate training area where they train their ultimate moves. And that's when Mirio like walks through a door, and Aizawa explains to them that they're going to be fighting Mirio. And obviously all the like the top 3 students of UA are obviously there, including Mirio obviously. And the fight begins. Now Mirio would proceed to literally demolish all of them, including Izuku. Izuku is like has enhanced senses and whatever, but he would still like be surprised and shit by Mirio, which like would allow Mirio to actually quote unquote win the fight, even though if they actually fought, Izuku would have easily won. Now because Mirio would still like Izuku and how he reacted to his attacks, obviously, and his pure like strength and like reputation, he would actually like ask him if he would want a like internship with what's his name, Tsunade. Yeah, Tsunade. Now obviously Izuku doesn't really have a reason to like reject the offer, so he goes with Mirio. And because Izuku does not have one for all in this timeline, like Tsunade would have no reason to like tell Izuku to like leave or whatever. So Izuku is obviously accepted, and that's when Izuku and Mirio go for a patrol. Now they're like patrolling obviously, and they walk past, or like they are just walking like past a dark alley, and that's when a little kid runs up to Izuku's leg and starts sagging him and like saying that she doesn't want to leave and shit, like to not leave her with him. And so Overhaul obviously walks out like as well out of the alley, and then tells them that she is his daughter and like it's fine. She just acts like that. But obviously because Izuku and Mirio are not stupid, they realize that he's a villain and they can't really do exactly something about this right now. So they go back to Stern Night. And so they realize that it's Overhaul, like the drag lord of the city, that's been making Puerca racing bullets. Now, they organize the exact same raid team to raid his what's it called? To raid his fucking his base, basically. Yeah, to raid his base. They organize the same team, and they go in, obviously. Now they start like destroying walls. The big guy that fought against Kirishima, I'm pretty sure it would be almost the same outcome for most fights, except the one that's literally against Overhaul, Izuku, Mirio, etc, etc. Now the thing is, the other villains that were there as well from the League of Villains would still be there. But how could that be though? Because they were just captured. Well, the thing is, Overhaul, or not Overhaul, Over1, Shigaraki and Kuragiri are still out there, so they have the ability to like get them out. And so they did, to like maybe recruit Overhaul, because they need more forces. And more forces with insane quirks. So, obviously Toga would be there, Twice would be there, Mr. Compress would be there, and also Dabi would be there. Now Dabi would be at the same room as Overhaul, and Izuku and Mirio. Now he would proceed to like throw flames at them, and the moment like the fire goes towards Mirio, he would obviously like permeate through it. But the thing is, Dabi does not care about who he hits exactly. So when he was like just throwing flames randomly, he was about to hit Eri. And the thing is, Izuku, when he saw that, he literally dashed with full like speed towards Eri and took the fucking fire fire. Since he can do that, obviously. But the thing is, that fire is like one of the hottest fires like on Earth. And he does not have that kind of like thermal resistance or like fire resistance. So basically what happens is, Izuku's flesh starts like burning and like turning to ash. And the thing is, because of Izuku being such a prick or like such a nuisance, again, nuisance is a better word, of him, like Izuku being such a nuisance to All for One, Dabi's kinda happy that he's finally gone. But the thing is, when Dabi is going towards Eri to like get her, obviously, Izuku literally grabs onto him with his skeleton arm. Because Izuku, as we said, is undead. He does not need his whole body exactly. So right now, Izuku as a skeleton grabs onto Dabi. And what he does is, he stands up with his like arm holding, or like his bone arm, holding Dabi's arm, okay? He literally crushes Dabi's arm, and then all the ashes that were his flesh and everything start like pouring onto him. Okay? Literally reconstructing himself to the same like stats and everything, or like the same exact form that he was before he got burned. Now Overhaul and Dabi start freaking out, like how can he even do that? Like no one even knew that he could do that. And they ask him how come he can fucking do that just now. And he tells them that like, I don't know, why the fuck would I know? I don't even know, I didn't even know I had this power. Like how could I explain it to you? It just happened. Of which everyone is confused and like scared, or like the villains are scared of Izuku because like he's literally immortal now, and like the heroes are like impressed or confused with Izuku because bro just gets every power in the book if he wanted to, of which not really, but it seems like he can't. So now Izuku, with his newfound power of literally being kind of a phoenix, you could say, he would proceed to like scare the fuck out of Dabi and Overhaul to the point where they were almost not able to like use their quirks correctly, so that Izuku was able to beat them. And obviously Izuku could also scare Overhaul by like literally just chopping off his own arms and just controlling them to like scare him, obviously, because like Overhaul seems like he would insanely be scared of that. And so with that, Overhaul, Dobby and whoever was in the like a villain side would be captured, with Overhaul having his arms like behind his back in quirk racing or quirk suppression cuffs, so that he cannot use his quirk, obviously, because his quirk is insanely powerful. And the thing is, Overhaul was not really a fear of Izuku or like an actual opponent, because obviously Overhaul's power is like death and creation, you could say, so it would just be literally nothing. He would not do anything to Izuku, as I stated previously. Like, how, like if you subtract 5 and then add 5 to 0, where do you go back? Or like what's the result? The result is still 0, like nothing happens. But yeah, now Eri is obviously saved, and things would go pretty well for everyone. Now the only major problem now is All For One, Shigaraki and Kurogiri, because they were not there. Now, they would not have any kinds of interaction between each other for like months, okay? And now it's like this their second year. In the second year, they would go to a field trip again, and that's when All For One, Shigaraki, Kurogiri, and whoever he was able to recruit would find them. Now, this one wasn't like a training camp, it was just like to chill and shit, because they did well last year with all the villain beating that they did. And so Izuku just doesn't want to fucking do this. Like, let me chill for once, dude. I am the goat of this class. I carry all of them. Like, let me fucking chill for once. And so he's like so mad at the All For One that he literally dashes towards him, fucking bites his head, literally rips apart like part of his skin, gaining the exact same strength as him, enhancing his own strength by like breathing in, and then just completely starts beating on him. And the thing is, Shigaraki cannot do anything about him or about Izuku, because when he touches Izuku, he literally heals him instead of destroying him, so Shigaraki is useless against him. And Izuku has such speed right now that even if Kurogiri tried like doing something or using his portals on Izuku, he would just avoid him like almost instantly. And with the help of everyone else in his classroom, or like in his class, the villains would be like arrested, and they all go to prison, with none of them escaping ever again. And because of Izuku, the zombie hero, or you could say Deadite, the zombie hero. No, let's call him the undead king. I don't remember the name. Okay, Deadite, the zombie hero, or Deadite, the undead hero. Izuku would proceed to make Japan one of the, if not the safest place on earth, with him being the #1 hero in popularity and in pure heroism. And no, pure heroism would probably be Mirio. He would be #2 probably, but he would also be in power and popularity the #1 hero. Now that was the end of What If Deku Was a Zombie, the movie. Huge freaking W's to Tobi for like making the USJ arc so peak, okay? I don't think I would definitely not be able to do that. I don't know why I can't think of like that creative of like things to do at the USJ arc. I will start doing that even more now. Just because of Mario Kart, bro. Just because of Mario Kart, I have to do this now. Mario Kart Deku was too peak. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, like, check out Tobi, obviously, because bro went ham on that shit. And obviously he just got a new mic, so his videos are going to be sounding even better than what they did on my video. So yeah, that was basically the end of the video. Consider leaving a like and subscribing to me and Tobi. And yeah, I guess that was it. Everything was fine in My Hero Academia. Story ended. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Justo M out.